All right, guys, happy Prime Day. Thank you so much for joining us this evening on a wonderful Tuesday. So excited to introduce John and Eric to you guys. They're members of MM8, which I have blessed to be a part of. It's just a group of 8 guys that we started a mastermind group, and one of the guys on here, John, is the one that started it all, got us together, and I'm eternally grateful. Tonight we're talking with them about seller extensions. And so, since we don't want to take up a lot of your time, let's get right into it. So uh, this is some software that they've developed, and I'm so excited that they're going to get a chance to show you tonight. Make sure you guys stay for the end for the fast action bonus and for your chance to win a special prize. So it's going to be really cool. All right, so up is the first one we're going to introduce to you guys is John Bullard Jr. He is actually it's Eric. So he's been selling on Amazon and eBay for the past 6 years. He's turned $5,000 in capital into over $3 million in sales in 2015 alone. He's our $3 million guy for MM8, and I've learned so much from Eric. His claim to fame really is his VAs. I've gotten several VAs from him, virtual assistants, and it's really been a blessing for my business. Been very huge. He's got a site at trainedvas.com if you're interested in having a VA. If you do that, just tell him that you were on this webinar and that you heard about it through me, please. That would be great. But Eric's just has a huge warehouse with lots of employees and just has a great business going, and it's just a pleasure to have him as a friend. Next is John Bullard Jr. He is the guy that started MM8. He's been selling online for 16 years. I wish I was selling for 16 years, but I have not been. But I learned a lot from John as well. He's got a huge experience in online and retail arbitrage, bringing products to the marketplace. He helped start My Inventory team with his family, which is a bulk inventory and closeout business that sells inventory in smaller lots to resellers. If you guys want to close out inventory, get on that list because they send a list usually once a week or so. It just depends on how often they have inventory. But they send that out to the people on the list, and you can get on that if you'd like at myinventoryteam.com. And then they also have a website called myfulfillmentteam.com, which is a prepping and shipping service for Amazon and other businesses. So if you guys have anything that you need prepped by Amazon or to be sent into Amazon, you can have inventory sent directly to them, and they will get it all ready to go for you. Put the stickers on it. They'll bag it. They'll do bundles, multi-packs for you, and then sticker it and send it off to Amazon for you. It's a great service, and they're very economical. They do a great job, and I'm grateful to John for many things, but one of them is that he founded MM8, which I have the benefit of being a part of, and I've learned a lot from these guys. I tell you guys, get in a mastermind group. Be a part of a mastermind group. Get with like-minded sellers. You'll learn so much. You'll gain so much yourself, but able to give the knowledge that you have as well. And so what we're talking about tonight is these guys have joined forces. The two of them have started creating extensions extensions for like your Chrome browser to make things easier for themselves as sellers. And basically, they've come out with some really cool ones, and they're going to share one with you tonight that will just make your lives, as far as buying and sourcing inventory, a whole lot easier. So I will pass it over on to John.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate you coming out and taking the time to spend a couple minutes with us. So let's ask you guys one question. Are you looking at all the data when you make a buying decision? There's a lot of different factors, but I think this particular one sometimes gets overlooked when people are making buying decisions. And are you sure that you're looking at all of the data?
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you check stock levels when making a buying decision? And by stock levels, I mean your competitors on Amazon and how much inventory they have. And that's what you'd really want to be checking for. Why would you care about your competitors' stock levels? Why does that even matter?
Mm-hmm.
Well, sellers with high quantities of products typically work on volume, and low margins potentially will drive the price down on your products if it's not moving fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
So you wanna see what kind of total quantities they have. If there's a ton of inventory in the market, maybe it's not the best buying decision to move on to a next product. If your competition has low stock levels, it may be a good reason for you to jump on that product because you might be able to get high margins, and it may be something that a lot of people haven't picked up on yet. Now, if you use a program like Jungle Scout, you can see the estimated monthly sales volume, and by checking your competition, decide there's enough room in the market for you to share the buy box and move through some inventory, or if there's just too much saturation already on Amazon and you can just move on to the next product where you can potentially make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So with anything, there are two ways to do things. We agree with Ryan. We like to do it the easy way. But there is a hard way if you want to go that route. And you can try and lift this boulder.
Don't want to do that.
So the hard way would be if you want to ask yourself these questions. Do you want to spend your time adding each one of your competitors' products to your cart, and then your cart every time you want to check a new product, because you only can have 999 items in your cart at once.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but that sounds like a fun and effective Tuesday night, right? We should do that right now. Let's just
No.
let's just start adding a bunch of products and see how much inventory they have. So this would be the hard way. So if you want to follow us to the easy way, let's talk about the benefits of StockCheck. You can quickly see individual seller stock for a product. And this is a screenshot of how it shows that. And the first arrow that you see on the screen is actually the buy box quantity.
Mm-hmm.
And then below that are the other sellers on the listings.
Pie face. That was popular at Christmas, wasn't it?
I figured nobody would get their feelings hurt if we outed this product.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. So you can see it on that page. The page, if you want to, I mean, I don't want to interrupt you too much, but you can on the main product listing, you can see it all right there.
Exactly. Cool. And then on the all offers page of a listing, you can quickly see the overall total inventory levels for that product. So here's another. You would click on, for instance, the new sellers on this listing, and you can see the bottom arrow will show you the total quantity of units for all the sellers on the listing. We've also added a seller rank above that so that you can, a lot of times you forget what the rank is and you got to go back and forth to see what the rank is, so we just put it on this page so you can see it from here as well.
That's really cool.
So this gives you the ability to see that, for instance, yesterday, stock for a product or seller, let's say there's 800 inventory. And today you go back and now that seller or the total is now 700. It gives you an idea of how many they sold. In this instance, it'd be 100 units over the past 24 hours, which gives you a little bit more concrete data to look at when making a buying decision.
Oh, that's cool. That makes a huge difference because, a lot of times when you just don't, you look at the stock and you just don't know how many they have, and it's hard to, to keep track of it. You have to keep going back and forth and you keep adding it to cart and checking it. It's a pain.
Definitely. And it also gives you the ability to quickly check private label sellers. Eric uses this a lot.
Very cool.
So if a private label seller has over 999 in stock, typically it could mean it's an item that's a hot seller for them, and that's why they've got so much inventory.
Oh, wow.
It also allows for hard data, not just estimates, like tools like Jungle Scout. Jungle Scout's a great tool.
Mm-hmm.
This is just another way to cross-reference. and make sure some of those estimates are
They're accurate. Yep, that's good.
Definitely saves a tremendous amount of time by not having to manually add products to your cart.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure everybody would want to do that on Prime Day.
No, exactly. That's funny.
Let's see. It also gives you the ability to go onto your own listings, and if you have variations, easily switch from one variation to another and see how much quantity you have available, so you know if you need to reorder or not. You can do this within Amazon's, Seller Central on your own, but this just makes it a quick way to kind of check that and see how things are going.
Cool.
And speaking of variations, this is a pretty cool feature that we both like. We have a show lowest offer feature that you can use on variations to see the lowest offer price by size and color, for instance, of a variation listing for like shoes and clothing. And with one click of the button versus manually trying to filter through all the different results to get to the lowest offers, it'll show you all the lowest offers for that variation. And
oh, wow.
So this here is the actual link that you would click on a listing. Again, we use New Balance because it's a restricted item, and we figured we wouldn't out anybody's products today if we could avoid it.
That's good.
So then what's cool about that feature is you can then use it to find Amazon flip opportunities, and I'll go into that a little bit here in a second. Many times there's large gaps in the market that you can quickly identify using our tool and save time and increase your opportunity.
Cool. Do you guys do, you and Eric, do you guys do a lot of Amazon to Amazon flips?
We're getting more into it. I've done it in the past with the toy category, mostly around holidays.
Cool.
But this feature makes it's way more time saving doing it this way than trying to manually do it.
Oh, absolutely.
So just to kind of demonstrate how this works from this screen, you've got, this is the lowest offer page for all sizes and colors. It's the lowest offer for each of them. So in this instance, Amazon has that top offer for $20.78. Normally, you wouldn't see the second arrow there in the middle where it says next lowest price. So it'll tell you the next lowest price for that particular size and color for that listing.
Oh, wow.
So right here on this one in particular, you can see that there's a price gap. Now, maybe it's not big enough for you to do anything with, but you don't have to go and manually look at all the other sellers on the listing to see if there's a flip opportunity. And another feature that we haven't seen out there is the show next that we've added, that little button there to the right. If you click on that, it'll actually scroll through all the sellers in order from lowest to highest.
Oh, wow.
So you can see how many other sellers. And what I forgot to mention is for the next lowest price, to the right of that, it also tells you how many they have in stock in parentheses.
So you could, so for people who are just getting started on Amazon, John, you could, essentially buy that $20.78 shoe off of Amazon, wait for them to sell out, or look at the Camel or Keepa and see if they're out of stock a lot, and then know that the next price that it's going to be is that $44.99. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Sure. Yeah. Exactly.
Awesome. Wow.
Let's see.
Very cool.
So this is just a couple things of what current customers are saying about Stock Check.
Make your money back with one. Yeah, absolutely. Like having extra glasses and spy on the competition. That's what I was saying. Ethically spy on the competition. That's funny.
Let's see here.
Cool.
Did we want to
let's go through the
break away and do a demonstration?
Yeah, let's do that. Go to go to Amazon and just do a few products.
Can you see my screen still on Amazon?
Yeah, now it's Amazon. Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to.
Yes, give us several examples because we went through this kind of quickly and just want to make sure people understand how it works. I mean, it's pretty basic how it works. It's going to be a huge time saver.
I'm just going to use a variation to start with.
Okay.
Kind of go through that. And if anyone's got any questions, just let me know, Ryan.
Right. All right. Absolutely. If you
So
guys have questions, just put them. I mean, I can mark them as questions. We'll get to questions at the end later too. And I know Eric's been in the chat room answering questions as well. But we'll probably go back through the ones that he's answering for the benefit of everybody else, so they can hear the answers.
so I just went in and just say there's a brand that you're looking at. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can search on Amazon. I'm just putting the brand in to start with. So you'd click on the listing, and then like we just showed in the presentation, you've got the show lowest offers here.
Okay.
So you just click on that, and it's going to bring up, you'll see there's different sizes and colors. It's the lowest price for each of the size and colors. And when you're using the tool, you'll notice that the next lowest price actually loads first. And then it'll go through, depending on how many listings there are. It takes a minute. Now it's starting to load all your stock levels here.
Whoa.
I mean, yeah, John, look at that. You can see right there that guy's at $909 plus $570 shipping. That's what.
Exactly.
Not even $16, and the next guy.
That's $39.95.
So I mean, you could check the seller out, make sure you think they're legit, but there's a potential opportunity to flip something right there if you wanted to go run and do that. But what I was saying earlier, and it's not always clear when you're talking about it because it's a functionality thing, but like the next lowest offer is $39.95, and they've got 47 in stock. But if you wanted to go even further, you could click on Show Next, and it'll load the next person. So after that guy sells out, this person's got 35 at 42.49, and you can just keep going through, and then it'll tell you when you're on your last one, this is the last offer for that listing. So that's how you would use it on a variation listing.
Okay. Cool. Let's show more the ones that, like the pie face example, just showing the stock or whatever you. I mean, this is your guys' program, so whatever.
Pie face again?
Yeah, or any. Let's find somebody's private label product that's on here.
They volunteer.
Yeah, any volunteers? So you just, like in the presentation, you would just go and click on the listing, and this is the person buy box has 1 unit, and then these are the other sellers that are showing on the front page, and then you would just go and click on the 92 new, assuming that you want all new stuff, or you want to check all new stuff.
Where does it say one? Where does it say one new, one in stock?
Let's go back. So it'll say it right above the other sellers.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So right here, this one, which will be above all the other seller boxes, is the one that's for the buy box.
Okay, got it.
And then, so if you wanted to check out everybody else.
One. Oh, very cool.
Where it says below, add the list. Yeah.
And again, you can see maybe you forgot what the sales rank is. It'll tell you right up top here. This is probably going to take a couple seconds to load because I'm pretty sure there's thousands of units of inventory. But it will go through and total it all up for you.
That's cool.
So if you come across a product like this and I'm going to guess there's probably at least 5,000 units available.
Oh my gosh.
Maybe you don't want to deal with that much competition. Maybe you do. Maybe you're a high volume seller and you want to move. It's low ranked, so you want to, get in and get out on this product.
So help me understand if you were sourcing this online, what would you what you just talked about there? What would you do with this information? How do you use this information that you're seeing there to make decisions?
You got any feedback there, Eric?
Yeah, I'm here. I was letting you guys take the show over. You're doing well. As far as making buying decisions, obviously you'd have to take into consideration how much the price of the item is. I see that Amazon's selling this right now in their deal of the day for like $11.
Oh wow.
You might be able to even flip that this year at Christmas.
Yeah. Well, if you did that, would you hang on to it probably for? I mean, because 11 to 1788 doesn't work, but
That
hang
doesn't
on
work.
to that maybe for Christmas time.
Yeah, depending on how much stock they have. Right now, it
Mhm.
says Amazon only has one, so that's
Mhm.
just because they're only letting you probably buy one at a time because it's so popular today
Uh-huh.
and all the time. But yeah, if you go down through them, you can see the first person only has three,
Mhm.
the person has one, but
Mhm.
then you're already at, the guy's at $22 and he's only got nine.
Mm.
I mean, that's something that's number three in toys. This is selling hundreds a day,
Wow.
probably 500 to 800 today, if not
Wow.
more.
Oh my gosh.
So it's gonna, yeah, if Amazon actually ran out, it would wipe out this stock that we see here within seconds. Oh,
Have you guys played around with this and got a hot item and just watched it like drop?
yeah, we've
Like,
bought out stock before.
oh my gosh.
Helps you with that.
Did you have to like on this screen here? Obviously, it's selling really well. Do you have to refresh for it to? I mean, it's not going to just go down from 6,899 to 6,890, eight, then seven, right? Or do you have to refresh the screen every time?
Yeah, it'll be refresh. Yeah, you have to
Cool.
refresh for it to update. Then
Yeah.
it'll run the total stock again. But
Yeah.
if you were to check this in a half an hour, I mean, I'm
Uh-huh.
sure that'd probably be quite a bit different.
Mm,
The popularity of it and what the day to day is.
that's awesome.
So
Wow.
this has just really made it simple. I mean, when we were having the programmer work on it,
Hmm.
we had it and we were testing it, and then we, make a tweak to it. So we didn't have it for a couple days, and I tell you, those couple days I didn't have it, it was like, this is ridiculous. I mean, it takes so much more time.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we developed it for us, and it's just been, it makes everything simple from retail to online. I mean, my dad will be in a store, he'll call me,
Uh-huh.
I'll look on this really quick. Oh, this guy's got 14, this guy's got 2. Yeah, go ahead and buy.
Wow.
If you're
Yeah.
online, you can do it. You can see how much. I mean, just makes it simple. It's a
Mm,
simple tool, but it's very powerful.
absolutely.
And some of the features we've added to it, we just keep adding things and making it better and better.
Hmm.
And you get updates as we go, as we add a new feature.
Yeah, and you guys told me before we got on that anybody that gets it, they can, provide feedback. In fact, you want that feedback because
Yeah.
you want. I mean, there's sellers out there that are doing this stuff every single day that would be like thinking, oh man, I'd love it if it would do this, and feel free to tell these guys that because if they can, and it makes sense, they can add stuff like that to these extensions to make them even better and more valuable for you.
Yeah, I mean, we love doing this. It helps us. It helps other people.
Hmm.
Makes everything simple. Time is very important.
Mm.
If you can make buying decisions quickly, that's
Yeah.
a game changer. So.
Oh, absolutely. Cool.
Did you want to go back to the thing, or do you want any more examples? Anybody else have any questions about this?
Do you guys
Yeah.
think you covered the variation listing thing well enough? Did you get through that?
Anyone not understand any of that? We can go back through something a little slower.
Okay, I can ask it. I'll just interject with a question here. Nicholas wants to know if there's an app version of the product. Is that something you guys are going to do?
We've looked into it, but there isn't currently.
Okay.
That would be something we'd love to do if we can
Yeah.
make it
That would be
happen.
awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Be all right there in the store and be able to do that.
Yes.
Cool. Can you guys think of any other applications for this? I know you guys said retail retail arbitrage, online. What's it for private labels? And I know you guys are doing a lot of private label stuff. What's your favorite part of it?
I guess I like to see how, like it was mentioned earlier, I'll go and check what somebody has, and they have 900, and then I'll go check the next day, and they got 803.
Mm,
More than likely, they sold at 97 units or whatnot. It's pretty
wow.
accurate.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's one of the ways I use it. John, did you have any other ways that you really been using it for that?
I mean, I use it for the same way you do, and then I really like the variation thing and the lowest offer. I know that was, I mean, it's not horrible to go and do the manual process to do that. Obviously, anybody could do it, but just to be able to click one button and it kind of does all that. I mean, you literally would have to scroll through a ton of sellers and some variations to get the data that you get all on one screen here.
That's awesome.
So
go ahead
Ryan,
and go while we're I'm sorry, Eric. Go ahead. But John, while we're talking, while Eric's on, go ahead and go do another get ready for another variation. When somebody was asking in the chat room.
Yeah, I mean, for my own private labels, I find that I have a lot of products to try to sort through. So I'll have variations, and like I'll go across each variation. I'll just click on it, and it'll tell me how much stock I have. Like, bam.
Oh wow.
Bam. Next variation. Bam. So I guess it's like checking your stock the easy way, you know? Like,
yeah, that's awesome.
Right. Because sometimes it'll take me 5 minutes to find something in my. So yeah, it just makes it really simple. So that's another thing I do with private label.
That's so cool. I know you guys use Jungle Scout and really like it, but that's just an estimate. I mean, it'll tell you its estimated sales, of 500 a month. You don't really know. I mean, that guy that's doing that, if it's a private label item, he could have been just doing a giveaway, and he ended up giving away 500 that month. You don't know if those were actual sales or if those were discounts that he gave. And so with this, you can actually see actual inventory and that it's actually being sold. So that's really cool.
So yeah, Grant, unfortunately, Amazon does not give us access to anything over 999 units, so there's no way to really ever tell. Unfortunately, I wish there was. And yes, we will be giving free updates with the tool as we make improvements. If you guys have any recommendations, we'll just roll out a new update, and you guys can reload it.
That's cool.
Better.
Very cool. John, you want to go through? Somebody was asking in the chat room about another variation example.
Any particular thought as to what type? I did a.
Let's see. You did shoes. What about just like Under Armour or something? Like an Under Armour shirt or something. Then aren't those are restricted, right?
Let's see. So just do like what about a Nike shirt?
Yeah, that's good. It's not like Nike's any secret.
It's Eric, you're gonna have to move to a different brand now.
That's right.
Found me out. That's my private label.
Was there?
I wouldn't be surprised if Eric's the one that has a Nike private label somehow doing that. You'd be the one out of our group. You and Roy, probably.
So you want me to just go through?
Yeah, just do this example. Show what the tool does.
Show lowest offers. And we will see what happens. Here we go. Had me nervous for a second.
All right, so just take us through what we're seeing here. I mean, obviously this is just the regular Amazon thing with your extension information overlaid on this page.
Exactly. So, like I said before, it loads the next lowest price first. That's why there was a delay in the stock levels.
And show them what's different, like because it's within the page. Sometimes it could get lost within the information. So show us what's different about this than what we would normally see if you didn't have stock check.
Okay, so this right here where it says 2 items in stock, you normally wouldn't see that. This is just giving you the level for this seller right here. They have 2 in stock. The other thing that you normally wouldn't see is this next lowest price. So and it tells you what the price is and how many in the parentheses is how much stock they have left.
Wow.
And then this little button here. I wish Amazon had all this stuff, but they don't. So you click on the show next, and what it'll do is it'll go through all the sellers for this particular size and color, and you'll see there was only 2 other sellers for this offer, and the last one is obviously at the $29.09. They have 48 left in stock.
Man, that guy needs to lower his price. He's probably not going to sell any. Actually, no, but he's probably smart though, because he actually looking at this again. 2 items in stock for this $19.43 one. The next guy was $19.99, and he only had 1. So this is a really hot selling item at 302 in Sports and Outdoors. So that guy's gonna, Yeah, he's going to start cleaning up here pretty soon when those guys go out of stock.
Yeah, they're selling a few hundred a day of these variations.
This is really cool too, because you're thinking like, so if you guys just went somewhere and found this retail arbitrage, like Eric, your dad went and found this for you and brought it back, you could look at this and think, where do I need to be priced at? With this quick view here, you could, like a lot of us use Inventory Lab to list products, and a lot of times I just click the lowest offer. I'd be stupid if I did that based on looking at this information here. So it just gives you much more information to make a better decision, because if I price it at $19.43 to match this guy, he's going to be out pretty quickly.
Yes.
Then the next guy's only got one at $19.99. He's going to be out real quick. So then why would I want to be at $19.43? So this guy with 48, man, he's doing.
Brian,
he's
I
right.
used to do this manually. I used to do exactly what you said. So I go this. I have this size, YM, youth, medium, probably whatever that is. I would add that to cart, see how many they had, push the back button, add the next guy to cart, see how many they had, push the back button until I,
Oh my goodness.
It just shows you all right here.
Real quick, Nicholas wants to know, is that the rank for the parent item or the child item? And that'd be parent for clothing, correct?
Well, it looks like it's actually listed in sports and outdoors, but we can go back and.
Oh yeah, you're right. So it's sports and outdoors.
I'm pretty sure that's the parent.
Yeah,
that's the parent. Okay. And then Ada said, where did you see that he is selling a few hundred a day? Well, Ada, Eric is just that good. He just knows.
Been doing this a long time, yeah.
He does. He really does. Like, we'll be talking. We'll be on the phone. She wants to know. Go back and show like in stock.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll be on the phone together talking about ranks of products, and we're like, that guy's probably selling this amount, and he's pretty close. It's amazing. But you can use programs, like Jungle Scout to get an estimate. But then with this, you can. So show them help me understand then, how do they, so to find out how many they're selling, you would just need to, like if you wanted to have this on here, you go back in 30 minutes or the next day, basically you just probably do it by day, correct? Then, like if they had 800 that day and then 700 the next day, they're selling 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the answer, Ada. So like if you looked at this one, let's say this guy here with the royal. Go ahead, John. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, and like with this particular one, like there's 47 items total, so it's like really not that much to check. There's probably not a whole lot of sellers, so it's not as hard as like trying to track pie face.
Right. So what you would do is, like if this guy that has the royal one, the size YM in 1943, if he had 100 of them, then you would just kind of make a note of that, and then come back the next day, and if he had 75, well, he sold 25. And I and just know that that's 25 a day for at least that day anyway.
That's just something I do. It's not like wasn't a feature of this, but it's just something I do that's made it easy.
Yeah, absolutely. This is cool, guys. It makes a huge difference. Somebody in the chat room said it's a game changer.
We like to hear.
Yeah, let's go. Let me show them, for those that might need to jump off. Go to the presentation real quick, and then we can go back to examples and take questions as long as you guys want to stick around. Oh, so what they're doing for you guys is the first 150 people that decide to grab Stock Check, you get it for $47 for the whole year. That's crazy. It should be a lot more, but that's the price. So, but the price is going to go up to $67 a year after the first 100 people. There's the link for it. Let me also post it here so you guys can just click right onto it and not have to type in that link. So there it is in the chat room. But they're using the Gumroad platform for it. And John, is there any other? There's a couple more slides after this. Let's get into the bonuses and stuff that they can get. All right, so the fast action bonus, the first people that sign up, they're actually going to giving you our new hit source extension. It's a whole other extension that they're going to show really briefly here in a second. It's currently not even open to the public, valued at $67. So super cool. Whole other extension for the first 50 people that jump in.
And so hit source basically stands for highlight, image, and text. It's 3 different ways that you can search using this tool for inventory or sources of inventory when you find products you're looking to source. So this is just a screenshot of one way to use it. So I did a search for, and we can do a quick demo if people really want us to do that for sure.
Well. Yeah, that's probably better.
I'll just go through the slides real quick, and
cool.
then if I need to go into any details, I can do that.
Okay.
So this is just a demo. You can see this is right-clicking, so it says find products and other websites. So when you're on this page, you would just right-click, and then it would bring up this product. It brings up the image, and then you can search by image or search by title. The imaging part is not where it needs to be, mainly because on Amazon, a lot of people don't use, like, if you want to search Alibaba, they don't use Alibaba stock photos. Like, a lot of people want to make more professional, standout type of images. So it can work, but that's why when it doesn't, we've got all these other features that you can search by to try and make it easier. So if you clicked on search by title, and I'll do a demo here shortly, it'll just take the first 50 characters of the title, and it'll go search on, for instance, Alibaba.
Oh, wow.
You can do other sites, and we can get into that
Okay.
if you guys want to once we go through this. So when all else fails, if the image thing isn't working for you, or you know the title, by searching by title, you don't really like that, you can specifically search by a keyword. So you can highlight keywords on a page, and then you would right-click and select hit source, and then it would bring up a page, and you could find selected text in other websites. So you could choose Alibaba, Walmart, wherever you're looking to search. Might be a little confusing at first, but hopefully if we do a demo, it'll get a little clearer. So
that's awesome for private label.
Yes.
And right here on this screen, you can select other, and you can actually add in other sites that it'll search on for you to kind of cut some time down. So you can enter them yourselves, and this is, like we said, it's not anything out that we have publicly, so we kind of just add stuff manually ourselves. If there was a demand for certain sites, we probably could preload them in for people, and just push out an update so that everybody had those sites available to them. Let's see here. So let me end this for a second, and we can attempt to do a demo. And I'm just gonna keep it simple if I can spell right. I'm just gonna pick the one that we had in the presentation. And what you do is you just right-click, find product, their websites, and...
It's still loading.
Oh, okay.
There you go. See, right-clicked.
Yeah, right-clicked on that product page, and then you can either search by image, search by title. So let's just do a quick search by image. So if there is a stock image photo on Amazon, it'll bring up the Alibaba version of this product. Like this, it brings up a different, like, Turkish Alibaba site. So it's not really finding a good match here in this instance. So if that doesn't work, which sometimes is the case, you can search by title. And as you can see, it's loading like the first 50 characters of the title, and it's bringing it in. And even though it's not the whole title, you can see right away that there's some results that look exactly like it.
There it is. You just found the private label, or it's not. It's Wilton, so I guess it's not a private label. But
so sorry if you're doing a silicone spatula, but it was
somebody's knocking this off.
It was time for you to move on anyway.
Oh my gosh.
All right, so there's one other way we can do this, and that's, let's say that the title comes up and you don't really like what it's putting into Alibaba, because that's what we're using for an example. You can select silicone spatula and right click, and then click on hit source, and then find selected text in other websites. And like we're just using Alibaba as an example, but you could go here, and I'll touch on this real quick. You could select other, and you could go ahead and add in another website like Walmart, and we can do a whole another video on how to set up that type of stuff. But
Wow.
So you click on search by text here,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can see obviously it's putting in what you highlighted, and then it's pulling up the results for you, and not very far down is the results that we're looking for.
All right, cool. So again, I mean, this is something you can do on your own, but this is just, again, it's a time saver. It's something that'll save you precious time in doing your sourcing.
Yeah, so not only does it work great for finding private label suppliers and whatnot, but it works for like online arbitrage also. So say you're at Target, you're looking at Target's website, they got something for $10. You go to Amazon, you see it's going for $25, but Target only lets you buy 3. So if there's a couple other tools like Price Blink, if that is not pulling it up, you can always just add the Walmart and the hit source. And basically click go, and it'll bring up, and it'll see if it'll find that exact same product there automatically for you.
Oh, wow.
So you can have a whole list of Walmart, Kmart, I mean, everything that you do, or you can have other suppliers for private label. It's really endless what you can do.
Does anyone have any questions on this particular tool?
So John,
I know we kind of went a little fast, so feel free to slow us down.
Oh, we're good. We're at the 45-minute mark, so I mean, there's no reason to.
I meant if they needed a better demo of something.
Exactly.
So John, Nicholas has a question about if it's possible for the extension to work on more than one computer. You're a tech guy, so.
Which extension are we talking about?
The stock check first, I'm assuming.
Stock check is tied into your unique email, but if you've got like a couple of workers that are working for you or something like that, you can email us and we can discuss it further.
Figure it out. Okay.
It's tied into the email that you register with.
Maybe we give a discount for a second license.
Yeah. I mean, if someone has a need for that, which doesn't really come up that often, but if you do, just contact us, and you can just email sellerextensions@gmail.com, and we can work with you on that.
Okay. Another question is about the people who purchased it before. Do they get the extras, John? The hit source.
The hit source?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll reach out to them.
So yes to Patricia on that.
Yes.
Cool. Go back to the slides real quick. We'll finish that part up, and then we're going to announce a winner, and then we can finish up with questions. And if anybody else wants demos of anything. All right, so we did the crazy $47 price. You guys are nuts. That's a no-brainer. All right, so what's next after this?
All right, so you got this. I think that literally is the last slide.
That was the last slide. Okay, cool. So we wanted to do a winner, and what's the winner get, John?
They get both stock check and hit source
for free. All right, so I have a list of all the attendees. So this is only going to be for attendees that are here right now, and I'm just going to randomly put my mouse over one of them. All right, it's Ron, and I have his email. So Ron, I will email you, or I'll give your email to John.
Perfect.
And we will get you set up with these for free. Congratulations, Ron. All All right, so John, if you want to go back, let's just go back to any of the websites there, and I'll go through the chat and make sure we answer all the questions here. Monty wants to know if there's a training video when they purchase.
It's mainly just an install, and it does kind of what we did. This webinar is basically our first training video.
Okay. Right.
If there's anything specific that you want to have training on that we're not covering, just send us an email. We can make specific videos on certain topics for anything that anybody needs help with.
The hit source, we still need to make a nice video.
Hit source is, we've just been using it ourselves. We've just decided to let you guys in on the fun. And so just to be a little patient with us on that one, because it's literally not available for sale anywhere right now.
That's awesome.
We want to give Ryan's audience a special bonus. So.
You guys are generous.
Hey.
All right, so I'm sorry, I'm making sure I get his email address right here. Make sure Ron gets the freebie. Okay, so Christine put in there that the link in the instructions provided says page can't be reached. Is there? I just checked the site and it works for Gumroad. So.
Is she talking about Gumroad, or did she purchase the instructions?
The link in the instructions provided. I don't know, Christine. If you have other questions, you can email me ryan@ryanrieger.com, and I'll make sure they get answered if they're not.
And if it's specific to the extensions or installing it or anything like that, you can email sellerextensions@gmail.com so Ryan doesn't get bombarded.
Yeah, go ahead and send it to our Gmail. Want to put that on there, Ryan?
Yeah, go for it. What is it again?
Seller. Go ahead, Eric.
The sellerextensions@gmail.com.
Third. No, just kidding. And Barrington's on here. Hey, guys.
Hey, Barrington.
Barrington.
Okay, so we go through. So Patsy asked, how does she go about getting the hit source program? She just purchased the stock check.
I will be sending it to everybody that signs up.
All right, cool. John's gonna do that for you.
Like I said, it's not available anywhere. We're just going to have to get it to you.
Yep. Monty wants to know if there's a way that you can compare by different days. Like is there like a way to download a CSV file and compare it?
Not currently.
Not currently, okay.
It's coming.
All right, Christine said she got it. Everything's good there. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Alan wants to know how much for a lifetime membership.
Ooh.
We are working on that, but anybody that takes us up on the offer, if we do offer a lifetime, whatever the lifetime price will be, we'll deduct from what you've already paid.
Oh, that's cool. Awesome.
So, no worries about, having to pay a little extra or anything like that. We'll deduct it right off the top.
Very cool. Somebody a long time ago when you were talking about, when I think I was talking about your fulfillment service, they wanted to know if Tennessee's a tax-free state. That was Grant.
You wish.
Tax-free? It's income. We don't have income tax, but there's
sales
definitely tax. Yeah.
Yeah, sales tax.
There's definitely sales tax.
Yeah. No, they do a great job. I can personally vouch for the services that John and his family does with the fulfillment side. Let's see here. I'm just going through the questions, guys, to make sure we answer everybody. Ken asked a while back, do upgrades happen automatically on the stock check?
Send me an email and I will confirm that for you.
Okay. So send an email to sellerextensions@gmail. Patsy asked if there's going to be a replay. Yes, Patsy, there will be a replay, and everybody that's in here will get access to it automatically. It'll be in your email box probably 12 hours from now. Patricia a while back asked if she said she has a stock check simple. She loves it, which is what you have now. You guys going to do a complex one?
We do have something in the works.
It's coming.
It's coming.
The commercializing part is the hardest challenge, and like I said, we use a lot of this stuff personally, and just recently started to make some of the stuff public. So it's a transition, trying to figure everything out.
Yeah. Awesome. And then Nicholas was asking earlier, and Eric answered it about does it work for FBA and Merchant Fulfilled or just FBA? the stock check?
I believe it works for both.
Yeah, and he made another good point about a lot of time merchants put whatever quantity they want. I mean, they can say they have 100 or whatever.
That's true.
So I mean, whatever they tell Amazon that they have is what it's going to show.
Yeah.
Whether it's true, it's obviously not going to be as true as FBA. But as you know,
Sure.
even FBA messes up inventory levels all the time.
No, they don't.
They lose stuff all the time. So, who knows? I have 100 one day, 50 the next. They lost. You find it 2 weeks later. So, but yeah, so that it will work for both merchant fulfilled on FBA.
Awesome. Guys, I think that's all the questions. Is there anything else that you think that you need to tell them about?
Just wanted to give you guys the opportunity to make this thing a little bit easier for you. We've been doing sourcing and doing online stuff for a long time, so yeah.
Cool. You guys gonna be coming out with anything else after this?
Yeah, we have a few in the works. So
A few in the works. Awesome.
definitely want to get on our email list, and we can let you know of upcoming things to make your life a little easier. So
Yeah. Cool. And if it passes the Ryan test, then we'll have another webinar. But knowing these guys, I'm sure it will. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, you two, and all you guys that joined us in the chat room. And it's a pleasure. I know you got other things you could be doing, and besides hanging out with us, and so appreciate your time. So if you have any other questions, feel free to send them an email, sellerextensions@gmail.com, and hopefully you guys have an awesome rest of your Prime Day.
yeah, go make some money.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thanks.